Choreb Beruach, Sword of the Spirit. Interpreted and narrated by Wendy. Debarim, Deuteronomy Chapter 33. This is the endowment that Mushah, the man of Elohim, endowed to the children of Jashari'al before his death. And he said, Yahuwah from Sinai went and rose up from Sha'ar unto them. He shined forth from Mount Paran, and he came with a multitude of Kudesh. An outpouring of his right hand is for them. Yes, he loves the people. All their Kudeshim are in your hand, and they sit down at your feet receiving your words. The teaching commanded to us by Mushah is an inheritance of the congregation of Jacob, and it will come to pass in Yesharun, when the heads of the people, the tribes of Jashari'al, are gathered together, he will be king. Reuben will live and not die, but his dead will be numbered. Also, this is for Yehudah. And he said, Hear, O Jashari'al, the voice of Yehudah, and bring him to his people. Let his hands be sufficient for him, and be a help from his enemies. And concerning Lehi, he said, Your Tumim and your Aurim is with your follower, who you tested at Massah, who you strove with at the waters of Meribah, who said of his father and mother, I have not seen them, nor does he acknowledge his brethren, or know his own children, because they observe your word and keep your covenant. They will teach Jacob your guidelines, and Jashari'al your teaching. They will put incense before you, and everything upon your altar. O Yahuwah, endow his substance, and accept the work of his hands. Smite those who rise up against him, and those who hate him, through the loins, so that they do not rise up again. And of Binyamin, he said, the beloved of Yahuwah, he will dwell in safety by him who covers him all the day long. Also, he dwells between his shoulders. And of Yusuf, he said, This land is of the endowment of Yahuwah, from the riches of the heavens, from the dew, and from the deep that lies beneath, and from the rich fruits of the sun, and from the riches brought forth by the moons, and for the chief things of the ancient mountains, and the riches of the everlasting hills, and for the riches of the earth, and the fullness of it. Also the favor of him who dwells in a bush, it will come upon the head of Yusuf, and upon the crown of the Nazir of his brethren. His glory is like the firstborn bull, and his horns are the horns of a wild ox. With them he will corral the people together from the ends of the earth, and they will have myriads of Ephraim, and they will have thousands of Manasseh. And of Zebulun he said, Rejoice, Zebulun, in your going out, also Yeshachar in your tents. They will beckon the people unto the mountain. There they will make offerings of righteousness, for they will suckle upon the abundance of the sea, and the hidden treasures of the sand. And of God he said, Endowed is he who enlarges God. He dwells like a lion, tearing the arm and crown of the head. Also he sought the first for himself, because the portion from the lawgiver was covered there. Furthermore, he will go with the leaders of the people, and do the righteousness of Yahuwah, and his guidelines within Jashari'al. And of Dan he said, Dan is a lion's whelp, he will leap from Bashan. And of Naphtali he said, O Naphtali, satisfied with favor and filled with the endowment of Yahuwah, you will possess the west and the south. And of Asher he said, The most endowed of the sons is Asher. Let him be acceptable to his brethren, and let him dip his foot in oil. Your locks are iron and copper, and your strength will be like your days. Nothing is likened to the all of Yesharun, riding upon the heavens during your help, and upon the clouds during his splendor. The eternal Elohim is a refuge. Also, underneath are the everlasting arms. Therefore he will thrust out the enemy from before you, and say, Destroy. Then Jashari'al will dwell alone in safety. The fountain of Jacob will be upon the land of grain and wine. Also his heavens will drop down dew. Your happiness, O Jashari'al, who is likened unto you, a people saved by Yahweh, the shield of your help, and the sword of your excellency. Also your enemies will lie to you, but you will tread upon their high places.